We are live once again. We are direct. We are IPOB truth bearers. We are saluting great Biafrans. We are saluting humanity at large from wherever you are and watching us in this through this platform, Ima Biafra TV, Treasury of Excellent Knowledge, where we speak the truth to power, where we speak the truth to equity and justice, where we have no regard, no preferential treatment to anyone or any situation when we want to talk, because we are not interested in anybody's bribe, we are not interested in anybody's favoritism, and we are not interested to hold any political post. So that is the reason, but we are the called and the elect of God to save humanity by speaking the truth and be championing to see that the well-being of humanity is being accomplished wherever as we can reach. God, that is what we are doing, and as you know, charity begins from home, and that is the reason we have chosen to start from our homeland, Biafra, speaking from our various locations, because we are in a global village this time around. What my voice is being heard from different parts of the world, at the same time from different people. So the Biafrans are listening to us, and you can see the effect of what we have been doing starting from the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had begun, and we came to join him along the way, and we have seen the works we have been doing so effective they have been, even though the agents of demon are fighting against us, fighting against the good works we are doing, fighting against the truth. And that is the reason they have stolen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they are still holding him. They are holding him captive and bragging about his release, even when he had been declared innocent. It is because they are afraid of the good works he has been doing. So far, so good. They thought that kidnapping him will be the end of everything, but they never knew that that will not settle the matter, and because the only thing that can settle the matter is for them to stop their evil agenda, their evil governance, terroristic government of Nigeria, terrorist government of Britain, and all of the global conspirators. That is the people we are suffering. They go, they conspire against us, the Biafrans. While we are innocent, we have not done anything evil against them. We have not stolen from them, but they have just come to steal and to kill and to destroy, because they are satanic emissaries, and we cannot continue this way. That is the reason we always come to speak to Biafrans, keeping lecturing our people, conscientizing them, sensitizing them, and reorienting them for orientational development, psychological warfare, as we never knew what they have been doing into our medulla oblongata. So we are here for brain reset, for psychological oppression. So that is what we do to counter every negative narrative that we come across regarding to deception from the colonizers and the oppressive Nigerian government against us, the Biafrans, against the Oduduans, against the Arwas, against the entirety of the Africans, because all of the people who they have chosen to be the African leaders are slaves to the colonial powers. It is only those who have decided to be free, people like the current president of Niger, of Burkina Faso, of Mali. These are the people who have decided to be free, and that is the reason they are stepping forward to grabbing their freedom. And they have just started. They have not really gotten the freedom completely, but I commend their courage and I commend their effort. The other people they sacked from the office, they are slaves to the colonial powers. These are the things we must collectively understand. So we must keep on speaking the truth, because without the truth, we are going back to where we were, and the situation will get worse rather than becoming better. Only the truth can make the situation better. And that is the reason we cannot do without the truth. Any day we stop speaking the truth will be the end of our programs, and we cannot stop because the truth cannot be buried, and because even when the oppressors are prevailing, we must always fight back. But from this platform, the IPOB Truth Bearers, we don't have ammunitions, we don't have any other thing, but we have the word of the truth. The word of the truth is our own weapon, and we must keep on fighting with that. So in different dimensions, different from the previous dimensions of analysis we have been given to you, is what we are going to present to you today. I am your serviceable servant, Evangelist Imakalo, as you know, and I hail from Ohafia in Abia. Abia is in Biafra land, and I domicile in the city of Valencia, Spain, from where I am echoing my voice to the world. So, as I'm waiting, and my comrade is here, Mama Patricia, I am passing the microphone to you for you to talk to Biafrans, talk to the humanity at large, talk to them as a mother, then introducing yourself to them.
Thank you, Collins, for this wonderful opportunity given to me to speak to our people.
God bless you, really good.
We have taken up this project. We have taken this route alongside with our leader, not to relent, not to look back, but to look forward. And as what he has taught us, that we should continue until that victory, that is Biafra, is achieved, is restored. That is why we are here, day in, day out, on Sundays, which we take to be our Sunday school from the platform of Truth Bearers. Why do we give it that name, Truth Bearers? Because that's what we are known for. Mazi told us that without truth, without sincerity, without honesty, we cannot get what we are doing. Why so? Because it's a project of God. Biafra is not any man's creation, as Nigeria is. Biafra is a creation of God. It's God's own land, which this same British government terrorists, creators, sponsors, enablers are trying to bury. But Almighty God still is letting them know that He is the one that decides, not written. Not any world power can decide the existence or restoration of Biafra. That is why they are holding our leader, kidnapped him from Kenya, renditioned him, and put him in their dungeon. Even when they have looked into their laws and everything, they have not found him wanting. They have not found him lacking. They have not found him in anything going against the law, both of nature and of the spirit. But still they are holding him. We may be thinking it's only the Fulani, because the Fulanis and the British, they are together. They are one. There is no separation between them. Looters, murderers, killers, chaos produce everything evil. It's in them. I think we've all seen the one British man that made a video telling us again, not that we don't know, Mazen have exposed all these things. That's why you see us being steady here. We are not going anywhere. We are not retreating anywhere. Because the Bible says when you know the truth will set you free. Because lack of wisdom destroys my people. Lack of wisdom. But when you are trained When that wisdom gets in you, you see you have power yourself. Not even Satan can take you away from where you are standing. Because you know who you are, you know what you're holding, you know your identity. Satan himself cannot defeat you. Why it is like this that people refuse to buy wisdom and keep it? Even in the Bible, in the proverb or Ecclesiastes, it keeps saying, my son, buy wisdom, buy truth and sell it not. Because that is wealth, that is life, that is wisdom, that is power. So you see this situation that we are now. A lot of things happening in our very eyes. Evil going on. But there is time for everything. Their time has come to an end, just like my colleague was saying. Look at the states, Niger, Mali, and all that. The truth of what has become has taken wings and flown into their cities, into their nations. Now they are waking up. Everyone is waking up. That truth has reached their domain. Now, would France or any other Western powers withhold them down again? No. The next step now they are doing is to take and arrest all the stooges that they planted, giving fake democracy, but still they are there, sucking the wealth of Africa. And at the same time, dehumanizing Africa, telling us they are bringing us aid. The truth is coming out. It's already out. They cannot take it back again, and they cannot do anything again. Because one thing you cannot do, you cannot cover the truth. You cannot defeat the truth. You cannot, as darkness, stand against the light. The light has shone in darkness. The wisdom has, busted in the tents of those that ignorance has buried before. So the more they are still holding our leader, the more calamities is upon Britain, is upon France, is upon Nigeria. Because what may I even ask us, Biafrans or Africa as a whole, addressing it down to Nigeria. Lugard signed this contraption, this confusion. That is not a nation, because there's nothing like culture that holds them together, nothing like language that holds them together, not even food that holds them together, not even religion that holds. What are they doing in this confusion they created? But at the same time, Lugard, with the paper he signed, that after 100 years, if you people cannot content the union, you should divide yourself, but everybody should go their way. 100 years past 2014. Buhari died in 2017. What is Nigerians? What is Britain and their cohorts, demons of the world? What are they still doing? Holding an expired cancer that is eating into the marrows of the people just because of the oil and the uranium and so many things that they have seen in the land. I remember seeing one of the vice president of America before, the woman, the vice president or secretary, I've forgotten her, Madam Clinton, whatever her name is. I remember her saying, we came, we saw, and we conquered. These are the languages. This is how they roll. And they are relaxing on the blood of people. But today, it's no more going to be like this, and it's no more going to happen. Because Africans are rising up due to the servant of God that we have brought up to open the eyes of Biafrans. So Biafrans, that's why we are here. We will continue to speak this truth, whether they like it or not. Nigeria is gone. There's no Mekwatarism anymore. Biafra is going out. If they like our neighboring states or nations that they all together, if you like, you cry. Maybe the Yorubas or the Middle Belt or the Hausa, including the demon, the Fulani. If you people like, cry me river. No, we shouldn't separate. We should be here together. God didn't make us so. Secondly, God didn't create the Nigeria. That is why it has to go down. So there's no point trying to suspend it with every jamboree that you people are doing, that the Tiffany and who are doing, that the British government are doing. Even recently, we all had it. They want to come and open a debt bill collection center so that they will distract us. Because I've tried with P2B that sold himself to our enemies to come and kill us. They treat us, they Judas, and they saw that it couldn't still happen because it's not God's time to liberate humanity, to liberate Africa. Now they are now coming to plan their debt bill collection center called Visa Office. After how many years now? This is the time. The British government want to wake up to offer us a debt bill collection center. The other time it was the refugee, whatever they want to give to us. Our leader was around them. He rebuffed them. Now they let it go. They now brought this one. Anything you like, do. Biafrans are going. They treat us among us that are still making you to be stepping into our land. Watch and see how your end will be. My name is Patricia, and I'm from Anambra. Anambra is in Biafra land. Biafra is created by God. Nigeria is created by British government. That is why it will not stand, because the foundation is strong. Biafrans, we are here to continue until we reach our destination, which is restoration of Biafra. So get up from wherever you are. Join in the struggle. Speak where you can speak. Contribute where you can contribute. Meet your enemies squarely without fear, because they have come to kill you. If your enemy come to kill you, you are to kill him, and there's no law against that. Self-defense is a legitimate law universally. Thank you, Collins.
God bless you. God bless you. Really good.
You felt maybe you did not have a voice big enough then. But if you look at what you have now, is observant. It's much more mature, much sharper. I think he's almost understood who the enemy is and his language. Now, and at the peak of his wisdom, he's losing physical power over governance, which is always the plight.
For him, he has identified the enemy.
But now the strength to fight physically is locked.
Yeah.
So we needed some young people to plug into Museveni's brain right now and pull out as much software as you can. Because if you don't learn what he has learned, when you get into power, you will make the same mistakes. That's coming. Which he is trying to correct now at his old age. So it's a fact of life. Young people, these opposition boys like what Benny Wines and said, stop running around town calling functions and people to slogan around you. Go sit down with the old man. Find out the path that he has walked. See all the booby traps of the West. So that by the time you get into power, if ever you get there, you will have some knowledge, history. Do not learn from the bush and argue how many teeth a horse has when the horse is in front of you. Just open the damn mouth and count the teeth.
Now, when you know, we have seen this happen.
The mobilization of youth will lead us into an educational program of initiating a revolution that will have no leader. It will happen so fast on the continent as young people are gathering together from country to country. And the battles of their fathers will not be their battles. What needs to be done is simply to declare that borders are not functional. What needs to be done is to say there's one currency that is trading now in Africa. What needs to be done, if you want to sell your goods anywhere in Africa, please proceed. What needs to be done is people putting their money on one bank, call it an African bank or Mansa Musa bank. There's no more complication. What needs to be done is to make sure that our presidents go on a holiday together and take pictures and say that we are now united. What needs to be done? It's as simple. What needs to be done is all military bases to select 50,000 from each military base and put them somewhere for training and have one army. What needs to be done is all the educational professors sit down together and say, what curriculum do we now write for the 21st century to improve the African children? Those for primary school, write what we need to teach our children, then translate it into various languages, and we start going with one knowledge system that speaks to us. What needs to be done is now we need to start singing our African national anthem. And what needs to be done is that you must look for businesses in South Africa and start breaking until we who are affected. Borders are nothing. It's a piece of wire. Like this thing that we said sometimes. It's a piece of wire. In some certain places, it's just a river. There's nothing. It's all in the mind. Sure. How a person who is across the river cannot walk across the other river and he needs a passport. That's the drama. So what needs to be done? We need to stop looking complicated. Stop acting too educated.
In Uganda,
type of country, is that the type of country you wish to? Also, there's a liar, they know he's dead. Jews or Kala and all the rest of them, all liars and deceivers, they know the idiot is dead. But all of you will keep deceiving yourselves, and that is why the Fulanis are killing you every blessed day. And when you rise up to fight against them, they become headers. When they attack you, they are herdsmen. When you retaliate, they become headers. We don't want them in our land. The death of Buhari and the, should I say, the relentless drive of the Janjaweed to conquer everybody else will make Nigeria a worse place than Somalia. And it's written. None of you can stop it. It doesn't matter how much you dialogue. It doesn't matter what you do. God have marked out Nigeria for destruction for what they did to his children. And all of you witness it. So that at the end of this very process, when Biafra comes, you give praise to God and to God alone and not to man. That's why we are here. To let you understand that the coming of Biafra is God's design, not that of man. Not mine, not anybody else's. But at the time has come. We must stand very tall, very strong, and very resolute. I'm sure all of you have heard what Juno Malaya said. You have heard about that the president is in transition or transmission. There's a transition. Because his body is in Saudi Arabia. He's not buried in Daura, not yet. His body is there. And that's why Aisha is upset with them. Aisha packed her things and went to UAE to live there. Because she told them, bring back the body of my husband, give him a befitting burial. They said no. They want to use the name of Buhari to conquer the rest of Nigeria. That's what I have done. But they have failed. And failed very, very woefully like that. And that is why this very truth must continue to be preached. If you have not seen it, go to my page. I think it is there. What did Malaya say? But I want to play what a particular man said. And then I want to showcase the foolishness of your average Nigerian, the foolishness of Bishop Coker. I want to let the world understand how foolish a Nigerian is. Not from me, but I want all of everybody to listen to this very, very carefully, please, and tell me if Nigerians are not stupid. Listen.
The confession media has not given appropriate attention.
Yes, what is that?
Kawu Baraje
Alhaji Kawu Baraje
was a leading chieftain of the APC.
Yes.
And he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits.
The APC imported foreign mercenaries. Baraje said it. Confessed.
No evidence.
What evidence do you need?
He has confessed that they imported them for the elections.
Yes.
This is public. Why is the media not following up?
Because Nigeria is corrupt.
Why are we not asking for accountability?
They can't ask because Nigerians are not intelligent.
So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
It was an interview granted by a so-called stakeholder in Nigeria. A the APC, the government, people are turning APC. You know, I don't want to speak against the Holy Spirit. At this point, I begin to say to God, there is no way a black man can be equal to a white man. It's impossible. You are aware. I don't know how to show it. This is the Mises High Reporters. I think I'll put it on my page after this. If you go to my page, you'll see it. The man spoke very brilliantly. Nobody has come to counter him. Baraje is alive. He opened his mouth and said, a part of APC said, we are the ones that brought them from the Sahel to come and kill you. They're fellow Nigerians. After this, you say I'm a Nigerian. That is why I say that anybody, once you say you're a Nigerian, you're sick in the brain. I never have regard for you as a human being because that means you cannot reason. I will play this once again, uninterrupted, so you can hear him very, very well. And I'll start by asking him, I'm not going to ask him what he said. Who is responsible for the insecurity in Nigeria? Who is to blame? Listen.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention.
Yes. Go ahead. Where is that?
Kawu Baraje
Alhaji Kabaraje
was a leading chieftain of the APC.
Chief of APC. He has confessed. Baraje.
The foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. Oh, he has confessed. How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. Oh. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onobo. I said it.
Martin Onobo
APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje.
Kawu Baraje, his confession is number one. Evidence. Number two, evidence.
Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state.
Ultimatum from visitors.
Miyetti Allah.
From terrorists.
Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party.
Miyetti Allah.
We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion.
You see that?
I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain.
One
Nigeria. An official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station.
Radio station for Miyetti Allah, a terrorist group.
In collaboration with Miyetti Allah. We are Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication.
Do you understand it? Now, they were saying, this is for Fulani people, sorry, for Hausa people. You know, all these years when they were conquering you, Hausa, they said Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani. But now they feel they have taken you over. Now they feel that they are at the cross of their conquest of Nigeria. They are now floating a radio station, no longer in Hausa language, but in their native Fulani language, Fufude. What does that tell you? As an average Nigerian, I wonder when, maybe there's something in the cow. You know, they have sex with cows and after that they sell it to us and we eat. Maybe that is when they succeed in hypnotizing us. The interviewer was asking for evidence.
Mama Patricia, are you there? I don't know. It's getting complicated. Almost three faces of your videos appearing at the same time. If you're there, can you say hello?
Yeah. Are you seeing me?
Yes, I can see you now. Look at it.
Like I told you, I'm having problem with my
Okay, okay. Then I will later make it one. I will later enlarge
Yeah,
you.
because I have
So
to
you
call
remember.
my daughter to fix this now.
Now so far we have played APC. APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity in Nigeria, and when they attack the people, they call them headers. They call them headers. Then after settling the case, they call them herdsmen in pretense, so that people will not hold them accountable, and they keep on terrorizing people. And the APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity in Nigeria. And they are talking about ending insecurity, more especially in the southeast, attacking us, the IPOB, the real IPOBians, not the fake ones. And they are attacking our Monday sit at home. They are talking about ending insecurity in the southeast. Do they want to pretend that they don't know that the APC is the sponsor of insecurity? You know, when I say APC, APC means Nigerian government. It doesn't matter whether it is a PDP or APGAV governor or whatever, because all of them are being controlled by the federal government, and which is hijacked by the APC. And the APC means British. Then why is it that the Anambra State government of Soludo, Abia State government, Imo State government, Ebonyi, Enugu, all of them, they are not talking about ending APC. And also, ending APC means ending Nigerian government. And that is what we have been talking about. Between them and us, who have been right all this while? And who should hold each other accountable? Then also tell us, why is it that Nigerians do not hold their leaders accountable? Now, Patricia, take up the microphone.
Thank you so much.
God bless you, really good.
Begin from the last question. Why is it that the Nigerians are not holding their leaders accountable? How would they hold them accountable when from the one that contraption, that confusion, that slaughterhouse of the British was initiated? It was initiated on a false foundation. They took away education. They took away history. All that they know of is lies and lies and lies. How can anybody get up to talk when they have removed every source of livelihood from the people? They have pushed the people so low with everything workable in their hands that will make the people not having the might to stand up. No wonder at the same time God told Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, his prophet, like he sent Moses, come, my servant, let me send you, because it's time that you will remove, whether it's called spell, whether it's called juju, whatever it's called, that they have concocted into these people for many years. Come and speak to them, because truth, knowledge will bring them back to human being. We remember our leader used to say, if you cannot reason, then you are not a human being, because what makes you a human being is the ability to reason. But in this case, how would they reason when they have removed every knowledge and education to them? When they have used their Fulani cows that they sleep with and conjure all manner of demonic concoction and the incantation, and then they will bring it to sell to the people, to make them to eat. How will they reason when, with suffering that they are going through, all the hunger that they are passing through, all the darkness. Can you imagine a country that has electricity, that has, I mean, power bank of fuel, petroleum, and everything, and they cannot have light? They can't have light. The demonic power that they have put in place by the British government terrorists with the Fulani has even made the day. If you go to Nigeria now or call from here, you will be calling somebody and it looks as if it's in the night. How much more darker will it be when it's in the night? Yet they are supplying light to Niger, to other parts of the world. They have built a big pipeline from Biafra land to the Western world. And those people can have light 24/7. Their own wealth. That will tell you why Mazi said, because it is not God's creation, that is Nigeria, it's not going to be anymore. Their root, their pillar, their foundation has been dismantled. Every of their effort to trying to make it to be, to sustain it, it's like pouring water on the back of the tortoise. It will not work. Their time has come and gone. This is the time of liberation for all black race, which is even the reason why God sent Mazi, to make Biafra the beacon of light to other African countries and the black at large, black men at large. The people, we remember we saw this, what was that Fulani man or what, one of their politicians that said, how would they rise up to come and talk or come and defend ourselves? You remember that clip, Collins?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Who has ever been in such state that will stand up when the road is not even motorable? Yesterday, I saw one man, one of their, is it police or whatever officer, trying to stop another car. Then another trailer squeezed him there, he died. Or is it the accident that I've been seeing all through the week? Ghastly, terrible accident. Why? Because they don't want to do the road. All they do is to put their fellow demonic rulers, and they have done this agreement, contract. Let us deal with them so that they will not, nobody will rise up. In their Senate debate the other time, or meeting, whatever they call it, we had them packing big sum of money for them to go on holidays. Those that have even they've had enough and to spare. Their families are outside Nigeria. They don't attend school, hospital, nothing there. All is at overseas. Bank the money there. And they were asking in their Senate house, can we allow the court? Just that statement alone will tell you that these people have no good mind. I will never have. Never. Not now, not tomorrow. Even if any of them comes out to speak anything that sounds good, it's still the enemy, the devil speaking. They have come and have put all the souls of people in that contraption inside the hole and refuse to let go. They have banked all the money over there. Their sons and daughters like Ifanyo, but the other time we saw him with his children. I so much pity people that have no brain. They want only to be them, eating and relaxing and making others their slave. That is why God has said their time is over. APC, as you were saying, is a Fulani's wing power government, which Britain instituted. They just didn't be APC for nothing. P2B that came up is Britain, brought him to disrupt what Marcy came to do. But they came too late, because by the time P2B came, the real sons of the soil, the real children of God, their eyes has opened. It makes me remember that scripture that says that if the enemy knew that crucifying Jesus in the cross will make humanity to be free, he wouldn't have done that. The same thing. Going after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the first one, and God saved him. He went to Israel with every wound he sustained. Came back again to continue the mission God gave him. The same Fulani and the British, in order to kill him, they see no way of doing it. They have renditioned him, kidnapped him, renditioned him, and put him in prison, thinking that they will make Biafra restoration to stop, so that their evil will go on, and British will continue stealing, siphoning everything, and leaving the few of them to become gods to others. But God says no. That is why he's waking up other African countries. He's waking them up, so that it will give wings now to Biafrans to know that they are not alone, that God is ahead at the top of this issue. It is our time to go. So APC and the British government sponsoring terrorism, sponsoring killing, sponsoring looting, sponsoring everything, even making to the extent that a country that has expired since 2014, signed by Lugard and their cohort, yet they saw this and they call it democracy. Which democracy? What the West brought to Africa is not democracy, because we had it. Biafrans had it. It was inborn in us. They came and saw us according to the things that we have read. You know, most of the secrets that they have buried is all coming out. That when they came, they see that these people, the Biafrans or other Africans, I don't know, but the Biafrans is the one I'm talking about, that they are rich. There was no poor man among them. Everything is okay. They even know their God. They are religious. Then they went back, brought the missionaries, brought their concocted things, the right religion and culture that even carried everything that they said it wasn't good. It's there in their base, and people are going there to visit and pay money. Can you imagine the atrocities that these people have done, and upon that they are still continuing? So people will not rise up unless they buy to the truth, which we have done, and that is why we're doing what we're doing. And that is why they will not take us for a ride anymore. And that is why we have come to say no to this union with Nigeria, no to neo-colonialism, no. And they must accept it by fire and by force. Whatever they want, we are ready for it. Look at British ambassador coming to put visa, collecting whatever in Biafra land, when they so-called their citizen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, over 2.5 years, is in illegal imprisonment. They have not done anything. So they didn't bring us any democracy. They brought to us craziness, stupidity, poverty, hatred, and everything that is evil. That's what they brought. While in their own side, they are seeing light and they're enjoying democracy. But in Africa, they said no. But this is their end line. Here, they would have succeeded. But they came late now to do anything or to succeed any further, because the fire has been lit. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said He didn't come just for coming sake, because every activist is coming out, every man. You know, when these men come out like Nelson Mandela and the rest of them, they come, these same Western lords, terrorists, kill them, and they will become the one that will continue to give them their right hand of criminality. Anyone that set up they produce a propaganda, a lie, and chip in, and that the people will go against their own people, kill them, and they will stay scot-free. But not when Maazi said, I didn't come on my own. God sent me. There's that God sent him. So because God sent him, look at what is happening all over Africa. So if they like, let them still keep him. Keeping him means themselves, both the West and the terrorist mafias that they put to represent them, which people are calling presidents and leaders. They are not. All of them, they will go down, because Africa must be free. Thank you.
God bless you, really good.
So that you may change, you may have a change of heart. You may have a change of way of reasoning. Where is your first lady, Aisha Buhari? Where is she? She is not in the country. For how many months now? For how many months, I ask of you? You claim you're a human being. When a white person is racist towards us, we start complaining. We don't like racism. But when they see the way we reason, they cannot help but be racist towards us. Can you believe that you have a country like the USA and Biden's wife decides to disappear for 2, 3, 4 months? You think Americans will keep quiet? You think that in a time of national crisis of COVID-19 pandemic and the ceaseless and endemic insecurity, you cannot even hear from somebody you claim is your president? And this was a man that when Youth Corpus visited him sometime in 2016, or was it in 2015, in his house in Katsina, he spoke against IPOB and BIAFRA without prompting. Do you think such a man will keep quiet in the face of what is going on right now? They all know. Wole Soyinka is a liar. They all know that Buhari is dead. So there's a lie.
They all know Buhari is dead. And that is more part of the evidence is that Nigerians do not hold their leaders accountable. The issue of the British trying to bring visa issuing center anywhere in Biafra land is a treachery. It is about deluding us the more, the Biafrans, but it is not for people like us who have already known what they know. Even some of our forefathers, our ancestors, already knew what the British know, why they came initially to colonize us. But those who know what they knew were those who were being persecuted. They were those who were sidelined, and they gave the rulership power to idiots, making them what they call the how is it called, warrant chiefs, and the rest of them. Those idiots of the kinds of Hopos of today, the kind of people leading they have imposed in us. This is what they have begun since ever then. So it is not about our well-being. They want to begin to issue us visas. We are to reflect upon a video that I made, or some of the videos that I have made, while I was lamenting that the Europeans have their plan of relocating to Africa. They want to come and take over Africa and push us to Europe and other Western world. And it's a strategical game. They have been planning it for over 40 years, and they are beginning to activate it. And they have a program for the next 200 years if humanity will stay, if Christ will not come to take back his world before then. So they have such an activities. I've made some videos in the past concerning this, and this is what they are now implementing. But those who cannot see beyond their nose, those who cannot see beyond the enticement they are providing, will not come to reflect on what I am saying. But this is exactly, they are programming the mind of our people to forget about home and to think less about home and begin to think more about traveling out. The way they just devastated our land, they had just devastated our land, ensuring that no development come into the Biafra land, and the Biafrans begin to rush to Lagos, rush into Abuja, and rush into other places where they believe that are developed, where their businesses can thrive the more. Yes, that is exactly what it is, but they never knew that all of the underdevelopment in Biafra land is a planned program of the Britain, of the foreign conspirators using the Nigerian government. Obasanjo confessed about this. So it is not a hidden matter. If you want to go and verify, go to Obasanjo and ask him. It was during his regime. That is the reason they closed the seaports, the functional seaports in Biafra land, and hijacking the power, the economic power, and the transaction of the seaport, taking them to Lagos and other parts of the contraction called Nigeria. It is about frustrating our people to begin to leave home, and a lot of people who have begun to leave home have settled in Lagos and Abuja in different parts, and they are thinking less of home because their investment are more situated outside of Biafra land. So now they are pushing us, like all of us. It is because of the same frustration that we have traveled to Europe, but we have seen it all. We have seen it. We have seen it all. Like a person like me, apart from the infrastructural development in Europe and the power of exchange rates, that is between euro to naira, there is nothing more. The kind of kind of menial jobs we do here and make a lot of money. When you do it in our home, you can make even 1/10 of such money due to the exchange rate. That is the two things that make us to be strong as those based in abroad, and nothing more. If our currency can be merged together with euro, you see that most of us will be relocating back to home. Then if I have to establish anything, that will be on my own effort. It will come from my own effort and from my own skill, apart from what the European government has to contribute to me. The only thing they have to contribute to me is the infrastructural development and ensuring that there is a company for work. That's all. Then the currency, the rate of the currency, there is nothing more. Then if our land can be developed infrastructurally, even if I return home now, I may not even go back to begin to look for menial job. I will establish something on my own. Because what we need most is security. We need security. We need infrastructural development where we have a stable power supply. We have security. Then we can set up our businesses, our commerce, our industries, and they can thrive, and without we living in fear. That is the difference between Europe and us. Then we begin to implement our own educations, no more a colonial education. We begin to educate ourselves on what we should know. So these people are planning against us. We also have to plan for ourselves. We should not always let them to set our agenda. So the issue of bringing the visa collecting center in Biafra, it is them setting our agenda, and we are the target. We have always been the target. So my people, we never remain to dance according to the tone of the oppressors. So this is the time to make the good change. May God bless you really good.
They said Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. But now they feel they have taken you over. Now they feel that they are at the cross of their conquest of Nigeria. They are now floating a radio station, no longer in Hausa language, but in their native Fulani language, Fufude. So what does that tell you? As an average Nigerian, I wonder when, maybe there's something in the cow. You know, they have sex with cows and after that they sell it to us and we eat it. Maybe that is when they succeed in hypnotizing us. The interviewer was asking for evidence. Let me now give you the evidence. It was us that translated this very evidence. Now it's all over the place. It's gone viral. Now let us hear from the mouth of the Fulani terrorists that the APC brought into Nigeria. Let us hear from them. Listen, listen, Hausa. AK-47.
har muka samu mu kuma wallahi dalilin da ya sa billahi lazi shekara ya bakwai ina makarantar allo amma lokacin da na dawo na tsinci kaina a cikin wannan abin wallahi ina mamaki kullum ina tunanin rayuwata.
If I'm lying,
saboda mahaifana akalla a kasar a dan banga da su.
What did this man say? I will translate for you. It's on my Twitter. I don't know if it's on my Facebook page. That is why, because of these things, that is why Facebook is busy blocking, banning, suspending people. What did this man say? I'll take off my glasses to read. This man said, I swear to the Almighty Allah, that is the government, the same APC government that our brother was talking about earlier, that gave us arms. I am saying this for people that believe in one Nigeria. That is why who are they? Who created this now? Who created these people that cannot reason very well? Let me read what this man said. I swear to the Almighty Allah, that is the government, that's the APC government, so-called Buhari government, that is giving arms to us. Fulani don't know what gun is. We are only herdsmen. Cows don't give birth to guns. I swear to Allah, we are on our own, and the government gave us AK-47. I am not afraid to say the truth. Bishop Coker, are you listening? All of you idiots that believe in one Nigeria, are you listening? Morons, monkeys. All of you who are being deceived by this multicultural, multi-ethnic garbage, can you listen? The government that you are hoping to save you are the ones giving arms to those who have come to kill you. And you get up tomorrow morning and you say, believe in one Nigeria. That was why when Oslo 1 was under attack, that was why when these people they gave guns to attack him, Ifani, Ugwani called, the Enugu State governor called Buhari many times. Buhari did not disclose. Ugwani called the commander of 52 Division. No one took his call. He called the commissioner of police for Enugu. No one took his call. But anytime IPOB is having meeting, you come and start shooting people. But when the same people were under attack by those that they are sponsoring, they were nowhere to be found. Is that a type of country? Is that the type of country you wish to belong to? Let's be honest about everything. If this insecurity were being caused by a group of disgruntled Fulani businessmen, you can understand. If this insecurity were being caused by a group of, say, very retarded Fulani politicians, of which there are many of them, I can understand. But insecurity is being caused by the government itself, the APC government. Our brother said it here, and you think he's lying. The people that they get, do you know where they said that in front of Sheikh Gumi, Abubakar Gumi? He went to the forest to go and meet the bandits, and the bandits told him it was the government that gave us the guns. We don't know what guns are until they give it to us. That's why I asked you, if they're coming all the way from Mali and from Niger, how did they cross the border with guns? If you claim that those the residents are from Niger Republic, So you don't have customs and immigration in the north anymore? Or because you see yourselves as one people, so there is no border patrol, no border policing, nothing. We have closed the border now for nearly a year and a half. So the border is closed. And you're from the south and you're shouting one Nigeria. Do you see the depth of your foolishness? Can you see it? When I say it, it's not out of hatred. People say, oh, I don't like his style of agitation, because I tell you the truth. A governor said, the governor of Bauchi State, we are bringing in Fulanis. We are coming to settle Fulani in Nigeria. He said it, he wasn't hiding. We are coming to settle Fulani in your land, in your villages. Do you know why that is possible? Because you believe in one Nigeria. If you are on your own, nobody can try it. It's called an act of war or invasion. But Fulani is carrying out an act of war and invasion into your territory because you are under one Nigeria.
So, Mama Patricia,
Yeah.
God has marked out Nigeria for destruction because of what they did to his children, and that is what they did to Biafrans. Then Fulani herdsmen on their own, Nigerian government gave them AK-47. So, once anyone says he is or she is a Nigerian, the person is sick in the brain, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no regard for such a person. He also gave some of his reasons, explanatory reasons for that. So then he also said, why should people be believing in the Nigerian government to come and save them from Fulani terrorists, whereas the same Nigerian government is responsible sponsoring the same Fulani terrorists? And according to one security statement, he said, wherever in any nation, in any nation where any terrorism lasts for 24 hours, there is the hand of the government in it.
And it's clear.
So take up the microphone. Let's on this.
Thank you.
Okay.
We've all seen this. That is why truth is as clear as the sun, which you can't hide it, as clear as the day. That statement you just made now, said by one of their political whatever, that if terrorism goes beyond 24 hours, the hand of the government is there. It's as clear as ABC. We listen to Mazi.
Oh, network problem. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said that one of the reasons the one Nigerianist hates him and hate his kind of agitation is because he tells them the truth. That is also the reason they have hated IPOB, and more especially the real IPOB, not the fake IPOB. That is the reason they have hated us, who are talking to you from this platform. It is because Nigerians and Africans are hypocritical. The majority of us hate facing the reality regarding to anything we are doing. And that is the reason we keep on living in setback. That is the reason a lot of us end up living in wishes. They begin to wish that they should live as good as the Westerners. They begin to wish that our countries shall be electrified and we having a stable power supply. We begin to wish that our environment should be industrialized. We begin to wish that the government should be giving us all of the benefits, or not even just benefits, all of the rights belonging to us. But a lot of us fail to realize, and when they are told that these governments are responsible to give us what really belongs to us, which they are not doing, and we cannot progress by living in wishes. It is our responsibilities to ask the government, why are they not performing the proper way they should be performing as the leaders? Then a lot of us will turn against us who ask the question, because the majority of us are still suffering from mental colonization. Mental colonization is the greatest problem of the black man, of the black woman. We live in superstitions. We don't live in facts and truths. They hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and hate his kind of agitation because he tells them the truth. And they hate him because they don't want progress. They hate him because they are retrogressive thinkers when they should be progressive thinkers. And this is exactly what had been happening all along from the colonization. They hate those who speak the truth and want the truth to prevail for the welfare of everybody. Patricia, continue from where you stopped before you had the
interruption. Thank you. Sorry about that for all these gadgets and technical problems. Sorry, Biafrans. So just like what you're saying, they hate the truth. They hate truth. They don't want to hear truth, and that is what the Western world has
yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'm not hearing you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. So, Nigerians or our people, they hate the truth. Why do they hate the truth? Because they have been implanted that seed of the demon in them. Or because from the word go, they are never the children of God. Because if Mazi is telling the truth and somebody like you or me or the rest that knows that this is true, they will buy the truth and leave. Buy the truth and sell it more so that you will live and see light and be prosperous. No, but they are evil. I remember Mazi going to America when he told them that the demon in them will not allow them to do anything good. They are like the Pharisees who knows the truth. Not that they don't know. They know it, but they hate it. And they don't enter, and they will not allow another that wants to enter into the kingdom to enter. That is what the British, their child called Nigeria, they created is. That is what the APC and these their rulers, the stakeholders who have their senators, governors, presidents, whatever that is in that land, that contraption there, it is never anything good for mankind. So like you play the clip before the thing cut off. That young Fulani man, I remember those days. You see Fulani carrying out their cows. They go with stick. That is what they have been known all the world for. Even if they have a little knife, maybe in the bush, they can cut whatever they find there to eat. But this terrorist government of Nigeria went and imported them from Sahel, from Gambia, from Niger, from anywhere at all. They got them together and brought them to Nigeria to help them to win the election so that they will be in power. The British government, they know of it because they all planned it together. For what purpose? To make sure that Biafra didn't rise up. To make sure that the whole Africa don't see light. That is the reason, no other reason. They brought these people in to make sure that we don't speak out that the contraption has expired, that we are to be free men as God made it to be. And that young man spoke. Still, is there anything that thing has to do with them? They have buried it, swept it under the carpet, and appointed their stooges all over Biafra land, answering Biafra Igbo name, having one village or the other, so that you think that they are your people, killing your people are killing you. These are the stooges, the breeds that Fulani impregnated their mother during the war or before the war until this time, and they're still carrying it out. If you go to Biafra land, of some dirty news we used to hear, they open a kind of companies, put young girls there to be giving birth to children. Some of these children, they use it, pound the children, eat the children, drink their blood to keep themselves in power. Some, they sell these children and have their organ harvesting or marketing or whatever they are doing. All is what they are doing to keep us down. But the light has come through the preaching of mass. That Fulani boy said it is the government that did it. And Mass was asking them, the insecurity you people are talking about, who brought it? When we were all in in lockdown, all the borders that concerns Biafra, they all locked it. And locked also to one of the Yoruba land. But the northern side were open. There are people, troops in and troops out. They are the people that invited these people. We saw the trucks down going to Biafra land. What are hidden inside? Some of them, we saw them those times. They open it, you see the Fulanis coming out. Because they made them to lie down and they cover it with somewhat like goods. Some are the weapons they brought. Biafra land is filled with their weapons to make sure they keep us down. As the ambassador of Britain during that time, Prime Minister of Britain, said that it doesn't matter how much Biafran children are killed during the war, but they don't care. They will not change their British policy against what is going on in order not to let Biafrans to rise, because they don't know what they will become, whether they will become like Russia or Japan. So they don't want it. They know who we are, they know what we can do. And they came to steal this thing. Look at now, they have transferred our people that they not do well in business to go to Cotonou now to clear their goods. Can you imagine where they are pushing our people to go up to Cotonou to clear their goods? Go to anywhere, but not in Nigeria where it will be okay for them, not even in Biafra land. And our people, the question Mazi was asking, he said, who created these people that they cannot reason? The people that are bringing insecurity to kill us and take our land, so that we'll be outside the country, like the British have come to open their center of debt bills, so that our people will now rush, take it to go over there and leave the land for them, as we just explained. So why wouldn't our people know all these secrets that Mazi has revealed? My people perish because of lack of knowledge. God reveals his secrets to his people so that they will be wise. And all these secrets are being revealed, being said day in, day out. But they are still where they are. They will prefer to go to Cotonou and clear their goods instead of saying no. I remember, as they said, our general of blessed memory, Ojukwu, told them when he saw what they did built in Lagos, come back home and do this thing. They are still there doing it. Building up till now. And now they are destroying it. After they finish destroying, they said they want to do economic empowerment in Biafra land. You see the lies and the propaganda they carry out. By now, our people are supposed to open their eyes and know who their enemies are. And know who their enemies are. These evil children that are placed in our midst. Look at them shouting one Nigeria up till now upon what Peter Obi, upon what they have gone to their court, the one court, and they have reached there, they still have turned him down. If they were reasonable, when Maazi has been discharged and acquitted, and he's still there, what other justice and judgment are they expecting from where? What was that name of their general justice man? What is he called? What is that man's name?
I can't even. I don't even remember his name.
But anyway, the man that was talking about transmitter and all that, or technicalities. That's the chief judge. The chief judge of a nation, those who they didn't even go to school, they know nothing. And he's trying to explain technicality in law. And he was there. Their shame is shaming us. These people, they are Tifnubu supposed to go to invade Niger. But there are people in Nigeria, because Nigeria is not their own. They came there from Niger, from Sahel, and they have gotten every place, every authority. British has given it to them so that they can help themselves together, kill Biafrans, loot their goods. They refuse to go because they want to protect their wealth that they have deposited there. They want to protect their own people. But the people of the South are still saying one Nigeria, when one Nigeria have not done anything good for them. Maazi said Nigeria has been marked for destruction. And when people begin to reason and see the truths, the revelation that he has given, and begin to think, then they should do like Niger and Mali. It was Maazi that told us that Tifnubu will come to take the stage after the dead Buhari. Is it not Tifnubu is there? He's there. What other things are they waiting for? Calling one Nigeria. Even now they are waiting for the obedience, dancing in the game of those who are oppressing them. They are waiting for after 4 years of Tifnubu, so that P2B will come again. Look at the people looking for justice. When their roads are filled of death trap, there is no hospital to take care of a minimum little sickness that one can just get healed in 1 minute. No hospital. School, nothing to talk home about. It's just to go there, buy your certificate. The professors will use the young girls. What are we in here doing, wasting our time? Obasanjo and Soyinka, what have they done to these people with the cow that they are eating that made our people not to get up and say enough is enough? The more they finish, they put it over to another person that will continue, like the Oluwele of Enugu, or the one of Ifeanyi, which we mentioned. Our people, it's time that we all get up, because they are arming our people. The Fulanis to come and conquer everywhere, dip their Quran in the wherever they say they want to dip it. Biafrans, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to tell us who we are, that it's time we take our land. The contraption has expired since 2014. If we sit down and be fighting the fight that they have planned, dividing us and separating us, that we are not our own sisters and brothers, we should be fighting ourselves. The Inyamiri, all the Inyamiri in the east should be fighting about one thing or the other. Being even the watchdog for the fuel and the oil, petroleum that is ours, our people will guide them. For them to be taking it over the gold that they had in Zamfara, nobody is sharing it with them. This pipe that they have dug up from our Biafra land until Europe, it is time our people begin to wake up and say no is no. We can make it. There's no need for us to stay. Anywhere they push us, we go. My colleague just mentioned it. We don't need to wait for them to dictate for us or plan one thing and show us and we start pursuing them. It is time we thwart everything that comes from them, even if it looks like a good thing, thwart it, because inside it is poison. It's time for every ethnicity in that place to fight for their freedom. Yorubas should get up. They should not relax because Tifnubu is there. They should get up and do the needful if they want to. The middle belt, they should get up and fight for themselves. The Amazonians are fighting for themselves, and I doff my cap for them. The Niger, other African countries are fighting. What is holding Nigeria? Keep asking. The contraption, hasn't it expired? Elizabeth, hasn't she died? What is keeping those Confucians, ethnicity groups? Yes, what are you still doing? Are they going to offer you anything good? You die every day by the hands of their terrorists in uniform. It's time you fight. They cannot kill every one of us. This is not the time of end fast. This is time of freedom. Thank you, Collins.
God bless you. Then, can you give me the memory verse of the day so we can just round the program up?
Yeah, let's go to Ezekiel.
Okay.
No, Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. Daniel chapter 5.
Before then, Biafrans, I want you to know that their so-called visa issuing center will be a depot for ammunitions. From there, they will be supplying the Fulanis. There are lots of things they will be dropping there, including biological chemicals. Many things they want to bring into Biafra land and handing it over to the Fulanis and all the rest of the people working with them. So it is not about issuing out visa. That is what we have been going through all along. They have been the people planning our life. We never at any time plan our life the way it should be. Rather, they manipulate and they maneuver to plan our life, to program us the way they want us to be, and the enticement blinding the eyes of many of us to believe that they really mean well with us. What are they looking for in Biafra land? Why wouldn't they stay in their own country? It is why don't they allow us to plan ourselves? Then when we cannot plan, when we cannot develop ourselves, then we began to demand assistance. And when we demand assistance, we go for what we need. It is not them coming to tell us what they want to give us. Why are they not talking about developing Biafra land? They should be telling us on how to develop Biafra land so that Biafra land would be 10 times better than the United Kingdom, because we should be...
Sorry to cut in. It is time for Biafrans to blow up that pipeline where they are, because they are taking these resources and they don't want it to stop. They don't
Yeah.
want to stop taking the meal.
What are you going to? What are you going to look for in the UK? What are they keeping there for you to tell you to come? Why those things should be built 100 times more than the way it is in the UK? So my people, imagine it. Just look at when you are on your own, someone began to tell you he has good things for you and this and that, which means you have never had any plan for yourself. What is the good thing you have for yourself, dear friends? My Patricia, Ezekiel what?
No, Daniel 5.
Okay, I'm coming.
Daniel 5 from verses from verses 23 to 28.
23 to 28. Okay. I begin.
23 to 28.
And you have lifted up yourself against the Lord of heaven, and the vessels of his house have been brought before you and your lords, your wives, and your concubines have drunk wine from them. And you have praised the gods of silver and gold, of bronze, iron, wood, and stone, which do not see or hear or know, but the God in whose hand your breath is, and whose are all your ways, you have not honored and glorified, but have dishonored and disgraced. Then was the part of the hand sent from the presence of the Most High God, and this writing was inscribed. And this is the inscription that was written: Mene Mene Tekel, Ufasin, numbered word divisions. This is the interpretation of the matter. Mene, God has numbered the days of your kingship and brought them to an end. Tekel, you are weighed in the balance and are found wanting. 28. Whereas your kingdom and your kingship are divided and given to the Medes and the Persians, foretold in Isaiah 21, verse 2, verse 5, and verse 9.
Thank you, Khaled. God bless you for the reading. Dear friends, we have finally come to the end of today's interactive in our platform, Truth Bearers of IPOB, under the leadership of Mazen Nambikano, where we carry on with the truth, which nothing whatsoever can make to be buried. Instead, it will continue to rule, shine, and overcome every doubt, every propaganda, every lies, every demonic arsenals. Truth will tell what it is as time goes on. And it's in this truth that we found from the word of God, which our leader uses always. That's why we also follow the same step. The truth of the word of God, not word of man. Here we read about Daniel, the prophet of God, just like our leader. Because those that fear God and speaks the truth and love humanity and prefers God than anything. We remember Moses. He had chances of being king in Egypt. But he gave it up. He preferred to suffer with his people because he knows tomorrow what tomorrow will be. Biafrans, the truth that will help us to be who God made us to be, it is this exposure to the truth that God has given us through his word, through what Mazen have already inculcated in us, that has woken us up from sleep. We see a man here, Balthazar. Balthazar is taking the place of the British government that is holding Biafra down, taking the place of the Fulanis, the APC that is ruling Nigeria. All the leaders, all the saboteurs, every one of them that has kept Mazi in prison when he didn't do anything, an innocent man, a child of God, a lover of men and women and children and humanity. They have condemned the just. Who? These Beltesers, these Ohaneses, these political solutionists, these stakeholders, senators, governors, politicians, even businessmen and women, pastors, and the bishops and the prophetess, all of them together are the Beltesers. Even in DOS or in a BIAFRA land, anyone that knows what to do to liberate ourselves from the shackles of Britain and Fulanese, but they are giving them doors to come to kill us, to take our land, to rape our mothers and our children, daughters, and kill our youths that have denied us everything. They are the Beltesers that we have read here, which Daniel came in front of him and speak the truth to him. And at the end, he went off. That is what Mazi came to do. He spoke to Buhari, you are a madman. You cannot jail me. You cannot condemn me. Buhari caught the shock of his life, and that was what killed him in 2017. And from there, Mazi said, Nigeria is gone. It cannot rise again. And the more you try to sustain it, the more dangerous deep of hell you're digging for yourselves. The more miserable you're creating for yourself. The more chaos you're creating for yourself. The more confusion and shame you're creating for yourself, including the British, who think that they can have every right to do whatever they want to do, but they don't know that their time has come to an end. So where we just read here, I will go to verses 25 to 27, where the prophet tells them, and this is the writing that was written, mene tekel upharsin. This is interpretation that we are giving, that the word of God are giving to Nigeria and the stakeholders, to Britain, to any saboteurs, any traitors, any backstabbers, anyone that is blocking the freedom of Biafrans. Here says, God had numbered the kingdom and has finished it. Didn't pass, he said that Nigeria is marked for destruction. We had it just now in the clip that he played, that there is nothing any man can do to make Nigeria to exist. That is, when he's done with it, with Nigeria, because it's not a creation of God, it's a creation of Britain, that the name that they put there, because it's a scam, and it's going to be scraped out from there and dumped inside the grave, and Biafra that they removed there will be put back. God has numbered the reign of peace and demons in Nigeria, instituted by the British government. God has numbered the reign of a terrorist government killing indigenous people in Nigeria or elsewhere in Africa. He has numbered it and he has finished numbering it. Tekel means you are weighed in balance and you are found wanting. In every ramification that makes the country to be, justice you don't have, equity you don't have, fairness you don't have, righteousness you don't have, fear of God, nothing to take care of the widows, the poor, and the citizens that you said democracy reigns, you don't have. It's all fake and scam. You have been weighed and you found wanting in this thing. Even Mazi is a living proof. You have proved, you have gone everywhere. You did wrong to him, kidnapped him, renditioned him, and you put him in the prison, and you have gone to your highest court, internationally and within. Your court didn't find anything wrong with him to be condemned. Yet, you're holding him. So you have been found wanting. Thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. So, being that Mazen have already told us that Nigeria is going nowhere, that it has come to the end of its evil reign, evil occupation, that it is divided, shattered. We are telling them now, the British, it doesn't make anything to us that you want to come and send Peter Obi. You failed in that. You are now trying to, you created economic power, whatever, with Oluwele that you want to do with the East. It doesn't work. Now you have brought the debt bill collecting center in Enugu. It will not work. Send your sheep, which we have seen at our sea. You have sent your naval warship to us. The China one is there. You are sending your children, Britain, the Fulanis, to be bombing our people. Your kingdom is divided. The foundation has been uprooted. It is not working anymore, and it will not work. You are going down where you came from, because those you have sat on, they are resurrected. Biafrans, we are like the people. I saw the image. I don't know if any of you saw it or have seen it. People, men, bending down, and then the mafias, the terrorist rulers that you see in that contraption, they were sitting down. So those men were at their table. Immediately, those men will have the boldness and bite to the truth and get themselves out under that table, under that position they are. Those men will not see comfort anymore. So it has been divided. Rise up, everyone in that contraption. It has expired since 2014. What Lugard put in place has expired. Why don't you stand up to the truth and to your liberation? Stand up and take your right, your life, your authority by yourself. They are not God. God decided that you should be free. He sent your prophet, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to tell you, black man, Africa and Biafra, get up anywhere you are. Sustain the liberation of Biafra land, the restoration of the nation of God. Contribute. Make yourself arms to defend yourself anywhere you are. When you see your brother or sister being attacked, get along that place and you defend the person. David wasn't a warlord, but he was able to defeat Goliath because he believed in righteousness, in purity, in fairness, in God that made them who they were. And that is what we are. Let's get up anywhere we are and stop antagonizing one another and stop jealousy one another, because these are the seeds of the demon that wants to keep us where we are. They are the demons that have been holding us down. Anyone telling you about one Nigeria, anyone telling you about whatever, let that person go to hell. Let's march for our freedom. God has been watching us and seeing that we are wasting time. He decided to raise other people to still let us know that it is time we go. And that reminds me, in the Bible story, Gideon, when God told him, go and do something and liberate your people, he was afraid until God opened his eyes in a dream. He saw that those that he was afraid of are even afraid of him. When he woke up in that dream, he went straight to get his land. So God has been expecting Biafrans, the beacon of light, because the sacrifice has been made. The sacrifice has been made. The decree has passed out that we are to be free this time. But we are still fearing propaganda and scam and gossip and this and intimidation. So God started to put the wind over other Africans so that they will be rising and doing the same thing that we are doing. So it's time now that we get up. Do your contribution so that our men will have their granules to defend our land, because they will not defend it with empty hand. When they are bombing, they have all the billions to get from Britain and everywhere. The little that we have, we can be able to make it only when we put ourselves in the stage. Give your money, stand in your area, defend your land, catapult with a knife, with anything. Put fear aside. When you have fear, that means your hand is evil. When you have fear, there's something wrong. Maybe you're taking pride. Maybe you're timbu to some of these men that they have put in our places to be leading us. They are not for us. All of them must receive their Holy Communion by fire, because they need to leave our land. Biafra, it's our time to regain our freedom. Let's do it, because Mazi is not there because he wants to be there. He's there because he's Biafra. That will be the last word and the last destination. We'll sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra. It's not just by mouth. It is by practice. Let's all wake up. If you were doing little before, do more now. Let's add to our effort and unite together so that we make it happen. Thank you, Biafran. Until next week, we'll come round again and we continue what we're doing. We'll not stop. Biafra is restored and mass released. Thank you.